Are you tired of seeing this? And then we get our MoDOK, and then we get our Hela. Have you not figured out a solution? I've got one for you. Just use Cosmo. End of video. Thanks. Like and subscribe. By the way, we have a giveaway link here. But that is the long and the short of this. I have a deck that I'm going to go through here. It's got Cosmo. It's got Enchantress to both help with that. I was already playing this deck, and so I just happened to see this and know and just, well, that's readable. That's obvious, and this is what I'm going to do. I ran into this a bunch recently without knowing if there were some videos from some bigger content creators out there. Apparently there were. Some people in the Discord, link in the description below, were saying they had a little difficulty with it. So I was like, you know what? I'll try to help you out. This is what I'm doing, and it's been great. So I'm gonna go through some gameplay here and hopefully help you guys through this. And so let's jump in. I might have a longer video for this actual deck, but you can see in here, it's a mishmash, high evo, some control to it. But the Cosmo and the Enchantress are the biggest part of this specific counter. All right, let's see what we get in this game. Let's see, we start off with Central Park. We've got nothing that I can necessarily play early, so it's looking like it's a She-Hulk on turn 4 again. That's going to be helpful for Luke Cage. I certainly could do this now. It wouldn't hurt, but I don't necessarily want to expose my Luke Cage that early to a potential Enchantress for somebody who's not necessarily shown anything yet. So, okay, so now we have Dark Dimension. So this might end up being one of those games. So I don't have, I mean, I certainly could play some cards here. This, I could, if I play this, that makes that 5, and I take 1 down, so I can still play it next turn for 4. So I'm going to go ahead and play Shocker, and then I'm going to hide the She-Hulk. All right, so that's Electro. Let's see, what are they doing here? So this, I've got to remember, if they play, so on turn 4, if they play something hidden in Dark Dimension here, that could be the MoDOK. So we'll see here. So I do have a Cosmo, so we'll see. All right, so that's there. That could be MoDOK. What we're going to do here is we're going to drop this here. We are going to drop, I don't think they're going to have their Enchantress. So, but what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and drop the Cosmo behind Dark Dimension now. And we're going to keep our Luke Cage hidden. You know what I could do though is, no, yeah, we're going to make sure we play that. I thought about maybe Spider-Manning somewhere just to make sure, but I think what we're going to do is we're just leaning into this Cosmo here, and we're going to try to lock down these other lanes. So we'll see if they play in mid. Oh, nope, they go left. What do we got over there? More. Okay, so this is definitely, I would be shocked if this is not that deck. I would be shocked. So that was the MoDOK. There's the Morbius. Turn 6, they're going to drop the Hela in that location. Now, I've got Prio. That is important for me to keep. So I want to make sure I keep doing that. So I'm going to have this here. I don't have really anything else. I mean, I can play this and ding around a little bit. So we'll go ahead and do that. But the truth is now they're snapping. Now I'm anticipating them putting the Hela here. Now it could be a trick. Could 100% be a trick. So I'm going to go ahead and counter snap this because I think that's what's happening. I wish I had my Enchantress to drop over here. I do not. So we're just letting this sort of tick down because sometimes I'm like, I want them to think that I'm thinking. But the truth is I don't think I am. I feel pretty good about this. They shouldn't be able to discard anything. I should easily win this one. I might lose, right? But I don't see them playing anything else. This should be, you know, maybe a 6 and a 1. So actually, you know, if I do this, I mean, maybe they play something left. I don't know, but I'm going to go ahead and snap. We're going to see. I'm hoping to see the card here. I'm hoping it's Hela. We'll see. You know, they've obviously played at this point. Fingers crossed. I don't know. This is an 8-point cube. This is, all right, there it is. So I'm thinking that's exactly what we're going to see here. Tick, tick, tick. We get some points over there. We get our She-Hulk. We get our Cosmo. And then we get our MoDOK. And then we get our Hela. See you later, 8 cubes. Thank you. Bye-bye. So that's it. I mean, that's literally, it is insanely predictive. Now, the one thing I will say is when they play Morbius as well, that becomes even more predictive because I'm like, well, I know they're going to discard. So they could certainly hide it, but I always have an idea that I got to keep an eye on when that MoDOK potentially goes in there. Now, this one with the, I don't see Electro ramp it very often. So they threw me off a little bit there, but I knew that on turn 4 that they could play a 5-cost card in there. And when it went in there, I'm like, well, that's probably their MoDOK. And then they threw off their Morbius on the side. I'm like, okay, now that was creative of them to throw that out there because it's like, well, wait a minute, maybe they didn't, you know, but clearly if you're paying attention to the cards played and understand how they work, you'd know that could have been a 5-point card. And then with that over there being that way, I just knew it was fine. And then obviously I was hoping the Hela would get played there. There's certainly a chance it might have been a different card that you could play it out here, but is what it is. So that's essentially it. And you can do the same concept when there's an Invisible Woman. Now, if you get Dark Dimension and Invisible Woman on the board, it can get a little tricky. That to me is where this deck, the one I'm playing against, can truly shine. But that's the concept. You've got to just keep an eye out for that and just do what you can. Oh, we got Kiln 9. Normally, I like to play my 1-cost cards and blindly, but given that that Kiln's on the left-hand side, I'm going to go ahead and drop that there. Okay, so we've got a Dark Dimension. We're going to go ahead and play Shocker left here. I normally don't love doing that, but I like to try to build towards my She-Hulk potentially. Let's see, we got ongoing effects double. That's not a bad spot to put Hulk. Given that I'm about to, like, hopefully lock in this lane here, we're just going to keep Luke Cage over there. I think this, okay, so they're skipping Mad. So this is already a sign that they could potentially be doing exactly what I'm talking about. And I think potentially waiting to go mid here. I'm going to need to full skip here because nothing I can do. This isn't good. This is too early to play. That's bad. So it's just a full-blown skip. All right, Iron Lad, let's see what they're copying. Is this going to tell? What did it copy? Infinite. That's terrible. Yeah, okay. So this is 100% that deck. I'm shocked that they did that. So this is going to be MoDOK in the mid. It's going to be tragic, honestly. I need my Cosmo really bad. I need a top deck Cosmo here. Otherwise, I'm going to probably have to retreat. If he had Prio, I could, you know, win a lane with Shang-Chi potentially. But I mean, this card is trash. This card is trash. None of these cards do anything at this point. So I need to top deck. There's MoDOK. So I need to top deck Cosmo. Cosmo, I win. Cosmo, She-Hulk. So, I mean, that's just bad luck. That's just, I mean, they're going to clearly get Hela here. They're going to snap here shortly. You know, I could get lucky, but it's going to, I mean, he's got a lot of big cards in hand. Those are going to go all over the place. I have Prio. I cannot do anything here. I can't lock down lanes. I can't, I mean, if I had Professor X, maybe I could drop him, you know, over here and just like beg him hope, you know, and get something, but it's not possible. So this is just a retreat later situation because I know what's going to happen. And so, you know what? Sometimes that's going to happen. It is what it is. All right, Los Diablos to start. Nothing doing. Maybe play Shocker. But again, High Evo. I don't care for that. Do I care more about getting 2 points on Hulk? Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. We're going to drop Sunspot on the right-hand side. See if it's our Dark Dimension or Dream Dimension. What do they call it? I think this one's Dark Dimension, right? Dream Dimension's the annoying one more cost on turn. All right, Grand Central. So we've got nothing doing here. We're good playing some of these cards. Los Diablos is going to take something out. They're trying to pull stuff. Interesting. All right, so I don't necessarily need my Luke Cage anymore. Not certain that these guys are going to do this. So we'll go ahead and draw that over there. Let's do that. And then so that way, if they're starting to focus their Nebula lane, I'm going to get points mid for it. All right, so there's an Invisible Woman on turn 4. Now, hopefully I can get... I don't have a Cosmo yet. I don't like skipping this. This is interesting. This is not a good play because I have more cards on the board than they do. This is not a good play and I can't play anything else. So we're going to have to just soak. So that could be, all right, that's not a bet. Yes. Okay. So this is that deck again. 100% that deck. That was the MoDOK. And here we go. I've got Prio. So this is huge. So I got that there. I should win left for argument's sake. Let's put it there. And I can just put that there for measure. That should be, now this is a way, they might be messing with me, but as soon as I see this Giganto, you know, what they're trying to do here is they're trying to draw as many big of the cards as they can with the Atom Warlock so that they can get a huge hand. And then what they can do is MoDOK here and then Hela. So it's going to be end of the game. I have Prio. So I'm going to flip my Cosmo first and I should be good to go. I mean, I could certainly play Shang-Chi over here instead and all that, but it's not going to be wise, I don't think. So I'm, again, dragging this out, hoping that, you know, I'm trying to figure out. Now, I actually have pretty good position here. So if I snapped, there's a chance they might leave. There's a chance if I snap, they might think, oh, I've already got this guy. Like, I'm going to start dropping all these things everywhere. So this is one of those times where she just starts sort of a boomer snap. Oops, I boomer snapped. So I'm sort of like, okay, are they going to stay? We'll find out. Is this the deck? Was I right? Is this the deck? I don't know. They're thinking about it. They might retreat. No, it's not Hela. Okay, so what is this? I don't know. All right. I mean, Attuma. All right. So that's a backup. That was insanely close. So there's certainly some backup options. And one of the things I will say with Attuma is that when he gets revealed at the end of the game, he does not blow up. He only blows up at the end of a turn. At the end of a game, he doesn't blow up, which clearly you can see. That is a huge thing. He is great behind Invisible Woman and great behind the Dark Dimension. All right, let's see what we get here. All right, we get Dark Dimension right away. So we'll see if we end up Cosmo in there. I liked Nebula turn 1 if I can. I've got Shocker to potentially play later. Enchantress and High Evolutionary aren't necessarily great for that deck unless I get an Invisible Woman that I could maybe play the Enchantress on later, which is always fun. All right, they discard Black Hat. So again, this could be that Hela deck. I'm guessing they start just straight skipping all their turns. So I'm going to try to win mid so it potentially takes one spot away, but because it's not going to matter, nothing matters unless I get Cosmo into Dark Dimension. That's it. That's all that matters. They are not going to play until turn 5 over there unless they play an Electro or a ramp card that they're going to play into Dark Dimension. All right, there's Sunspot. I'll just go ahead and drop him there. Again, I don't necessarily care. Interesting. So they're playing a 3 into Dark Dimension. Don't know what that could necessarily be. I mean, it's 3 or less. I'm going to go ahead and put Evo left. So that's it. What are they playing here? Okay. So there's the Morbius. Where? All right. So I'm going to go ahead and Enchantress right. We really need to top deck our Cosmo. We've got a 25% chance. I'm not feeling good about this. I'm expecting 5 to go into Dark Dimension. Oh, okay. Or not. So maybe that's a nice reason to also have Enchantress in your hand. Now they're extending to probably try to keep going. So that's actually good for us. I don't mind that. They still might stick around and play because Cosmo. Dang it. All right. I'm going to drop the Hulk left because I really like, there's a chance maybe I can still win that. Or actually, hold on. So they can only get 2 cards. They can get 2 cards mid. I've got High Evo. If I play him mid, I'm going to play him left and hopefully lock that in. So that's probably the MoDOK. Give me Cosmo. Gotta be kidding me. 33% chance. Just even with the magic, I still couldn't get him. No, I've got Prio. So yeah, I mean, I could certainly risk this, but it's not smart. It's, you know, they are going to dump a whole bunch of cards here. I'll probably win left with my, okay. They retreated. They must not have gotten it. For the record, that's why you always retreat later. All right, we got David this game. Let's see. All right, we start off with High Evolution. There's the Dark Dimension, and we get Cosmo. Let's see if this is the game where we get... All right, skips. I like skips. Anytime I see a bunch of skip... Ooh, and Morag. That's not going to be fun. So I'm going to save my low-cost cards and just keep skipping, build up my Hulks. Hopefully they keep skipping. And they don't care. So there's DC. So I'm actually going to... I'm not going to put Cosmo in there now because that might be too obvious. You know, I think I'm fine putting Luke Cage right. I still have several 2s that I can play to get into Morag. So they put a 3 in there. Interesting. I'm not sure what that's about. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do this and going to do that. And then turn 5, we're going to drop Cosmo left. And then we're going to go ahead and... What are these guys? All right, so we're both Nebula at each other. So let's see here. We're going to Cosmo, and this makes it so my Nebula definitely wins unless they play there, but I'm not certain that I want to do that. And then I play Hulk left, and I should be good. I don't know. That's because I can't get anything else with the Hazmat. So this is my one opportunity to win with the Nebula. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and then see what happens. All right, so that's their 5. And then this should be 6, where hopefully they go left. I mean, they are stacking left, which is sort of crazy. I really think this is it. I don't know what else it would be. I mean, clearly they have not played enough for me to know. They've got 5 in their hand. That was a 5 play. They didn't do anything to ramp, so I'm expecting a 6 Hela here. Snapping could be good because I don't look like I have anything strong on the board. Nothing. You know, I'm showing that I think that I'm going to win mid, but DC on the right-hand side is not very strong. I'd also love for them to snap, thinking that, you know, because they believe they've got the MoDOK and the Hela play, but I've got my Cosmo over there and I've got the Prio. That, again, that's very critical, is I have priority, that white glow. So I'm going to go ahead and snap, and we're going to see what happens here. Even if they've got a Shang-Chi over there, oh, they retreat. Sometimes it's not good to snap, but I thought that maybe they'd go for it. All right, so Uncanny Assassin, we get a cloning vat, which isn't bad. Not great. I like that better if I have my Nebular Sunspot going, which I don't, sadly. Certainly play She-Hulk in there in 4, but you really don't... Oh, well. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on a second. This could be a little fun. This could be a little fun, maybe. Elysium. All right, what are they playing? Ooh, is this the Hela discard? Give me my Cosmo. Give me my Cosmo. I have to play the Nebula. Question is do I load her to the left or not? And then potentially, I can Spider-Man the, you know what, actually take that back because I might want to Enchantress that. I need to leave some room over there because I might need to Spider-Man wherever they put the Invisible Woman. So I'm just going to do that and not get greedy with it. So hopefully that's Invisible Woman there, and that gives us the opportunity. Crystal, interesting. So maybe that crystal could make sense. I've seen that with this deck, because what that does is it makes it so that they hope to get the cards that they needed to. So what we want to do here is we don't want to Spider-Man, so let's just spread some love out. We could Enchantress left, but we're not going to do that yet. We want to keep luring everybody. Okay, a snap. Interesting. So I'm assuming this is they're snapping because they've got the cards they want. They've got the Invisible Woman. That's going to be Invisible Woman, maybe? Magic. No, okay. So they've got the magic to extend the game, and maybe they get it, maybe they don't, but I'm fine sticking this out. Let's put that there. I'm holding on to the Spidey for the Invisible Woman. I'm inclined to Hulk left to clone that. I mean, that's a pretty decent build there. I could certainly keep making the Spidey cheaper, which I'm not sure is a great idea. I need to hold on to the Enchantress. So I think I'm going to play the Hulk out now and then see what the Invisible Woman, where's that coming, if at all? All right. There's the Invisible Woman. Okay. There's another Morbius. Okay. So this to me says it's Enchantress, that one, so I can keep up free left. And I'm expecting the MoDOK play on Invisible Woman now. And then next turn they would need to Hela it, which they won't be able to do because of Spider-Man. So I'm going to snap here because I've got a insanely strong position and they've already snapped. And I think once I Spider-Man, there's a chance that they could leave. So we're going to see how this shakes out. Now they could have a Shang-Chi, but I'm thinking that they don't. So that's probably their MoDOK. So now they cannot play their Hela there. So they've got to play their Hela somewhere else, which they've discarded nothing. So now that they've got that, I've got right one. I've got mid essentially one. I could go left more, but let's just make sure that we get that done. Is there any way they beat me right? They've certainly, well, depending what they have there, that's 8 points. So that's actually 8 points. So I gotta be smart here. They're gonna get 8 over there, and then it's, yeah, so it's gonna tie. So yeah, I can still do all of this. I can still do so many things. So many things. They're still playing for some reason. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. And up there we go. So that's it. So that's why I snapped for the 4 cubes. I knew it was gonna work. And that's literally it. So you could read the board against this, right? Now, I didn't even get my Cosmo. I didn't get it. So that's where there's some flexibility with this deck, and I will be doing more videos on this deck soon, mainly about how I've been using it on the ladder. Fingers crossed. I'm shooting some other games while I'm actually doing this one. But if you're having trouble with it, I mean, there was no Dark Dimension there, but that Invisible Woman, same concept. Just keep an eye out for it. You see the crystals, you see the Morbiuses. Magic is obviously in the deck to help extend it. But hopefully this video was helpful for you. If you're struggling against this Invisible Woman, Dark Dimension location where you're seeing this MoDOK, it's like Hela thing, this is it. You've got a couple of flexibilities here. Again, I love this deck in general, but this is mostly about the Cosmo positioning, and I was hoping this might help some folks out. So hopefully this gameplay did. If it did, please consider hammering down that like button, notification bell, that sort of thing. Share with your aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, grandma, grandpas, neighbors. Also, we've been doing a giveaway. The views have not been anywhere near the last giveaway that I did. I don't know if it's the video sucks, I suck, the giveaway sucks, but I'm trying to promote it out there. So I'll put the link up in here. Share, honestly, share that, people, because I want to give one of those away for sure, but I got to get it to 6,000 views. So retweet it, share it with any of your other content creators who might have bigger followings if they're interested. I'm happy to give it away to one of their followers as well. I just really want to keep paying it forward. So till next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.